So we have the secret layer drop that just came out. As you can see, we've got the Optimus Prime versus Megatron. We also had the secondary drop here as well. We've got the foil editions of the rollout Rise Up Optimus Prime versus Megatron. Both of those right there. Probably going to butcher this here, but we have the Art of Frank Frazetta. Got these to crack open here. Now, I did end up opening up the Transformer sets. Unfortunately, I did have some issues where I lost my camera and was unable to get that over. As I was trying to get it uploaded, it did die out. So we are going to kind of go through this. They are open. Unfortunately, apologize about that piece, but we at least get to see the artwork, what comes in the box. So we're going to start with the Transformer sets since they are open. And this is the whole reason why I got back into Magic. I used to play back in beta revised days, but ultimately switched it up and stopped playing around Ice Age and had a few sets of cards. I think that my last set was Onslaught, but ultimately stopped playing roughly about the Ice Age. So let's crack it open and see what we've got. All right, so this one here, we've got True Conviction, which is creatures you control have double strike and lifelink. Got Dramatic Reversal. Untap all non-land permanents you control. Obviously pretty nice there if you're going to attack and you want to keep some blockers going. Got some prime action. Fabricate with Megatron. Search your library for an artifact card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and then shuffle. Collective Brutality. Then you have one black and a colorless. You get to escalate, discard a card. And then the nice part about this one is you get to choose one or more. Target opponent reveals their hand, get to choose an instant or sorcery and discard that card. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. And target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. So not bad for 2 mana total. Got By Force, destroy X target artifacts. And then lastly, Greater Good. So sacrifice a creature, draw cards equal to the sacrifice creature's power, then discard 3 cards. Something I thought was pretty cool is this old school artwork right here. Got Prime being taken apart, taking a look at the Allspark. So ultimately, kind of a pretty cool little piece here to have these 6 cards come in there, 7 if you count the version of Command Tower. Only knock on them I saw them. Maybe you guys don't have this, but the tops and the bottoms are pretty rough. Almost like the blade need to be changed or something on the cutter and kind of just pulled up a little bit. So that part's kind of disappointing, but ultimately these look still go in my collection here, get used I'm sure at some point. So pretty happy to have those on board. And now for the second set here, which is going to be Prime versus Megatron. Same concept. You still get the Cybertron or Command Tower that came in the set. So still same concept as the other box. But in this one, you are going to get Prime, which is going to be your Dark Steel Colossus copy. So as you can see there, you're going to have Trample Indestructible. If Prime would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, reveal Prime and shuffle it into its owner's library instead. Got 2 sides you get to pick from. So you got the old school graphic here from Prime, and then on the other side, you have the actual him transformed into the truck. So pretty cool card overall. Then we've got Megatron, which is going to be your Blightsteel Colossus. I know if you're playing and you see the word infect and you got an 11/11, that's a pretty annoying card. So this is definitely something that I thought was pretty cool. Obviously the CMC is very high on both of these, but they're artifacts still, so you obviously have some ways to go ahead and try and get those down overall. But we got Trample, Infect, Indestructible, and then same concept. If Megatron would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, reveal Megatron and shuffle it into its owner's library instead. So got the untransformed and then the transformed tank version there. So still awesome card, pretty sweet. I know most of the versions of Blightsteel going for 50-60 bucks by itself. Same with Dark Steel, not that far off. Still thought this was a cool set. Massive Transformer nerd, so I wanted this anyway. And then we have the last card that came in there, the Allspark, or Doubling Cube. Double the amount of each type of unspent mana you have. So that's cool. It says you, so that means obviously it's your own mana at that point. 3, and then tap. So as you're starting to get close, you start to have 6, 7, 8 mana. Find a little way to get down 1 or 2. You get this thing in play and be able to tap it, get Megatron or Optimus into play a lot faster. This is still a dual side card here. So got both sides, one for Prime, one for Megatron. Pretty cool. Same concept on these cards. Once again, the cuts around the edge here were a little rough, a little bit raised. Ultimately, they're going to sit in some cases and not probably be played with a whole lot here. I still think I need to build a Transformers deck at some point. Don't know how I'm going to lay that one out, but we'll definitely think about doing it. I was going to crack the foils. I think I'm going to leave them in there for now, unless there's something else. Maybe we'll crack them later down the road, but for now, kind of leaving the foils in the case. So we've got the Art of Frank Frazetta. I'm sure I'm probably butchering that, but ultimately there was another card in here that I thought was pretty cool. I'm trying to build a borderless deck, and this is going to be one of the key pieces to get to it. So let's take a look, and I will show you what we've got. So pretty nice little envelope that it comes in overall. And you get this little thank you for being part of Secret Lair. And then next up, let's see if we can show this off here with this paper pack. I still have that same cut feel right off the bat. That's okay. Still got these to be played, so these are going to be lightly played eventually anyway. Not really a huge collector in this set, ultimately just looking to play. So Field Marshal, other creatures get +1/+1 to have first strike. And the real reason why I got this is Temporal Manipulation. 5 mana to blue and 3 colorless. Take an extra turn after this one. And I know in any game, frankly, that's a massive piece. In Commander, being able to get one more turn out, one more attack phase towards the end of the game, get this thing put down onto the battlefield, tapped, get another go, swing in at somebody, especially if you start building up a massive deck. This thing is a world beater. So happy to have that card. Dark Ritual is something that I play my black decks anyway, just because of the additional mana that it's able to kick out, especially on a first turn, being able to get something out that hurts. So that's something nice. And the borderless piece, thought this was super cool artwork. Frankly, this is probably my favorite card in the entire set that Frank did, but it is spectacular. Cool card. Not really big home run hitter when it comes to cost, but definitely something that I thought was really cool. Then we have the Midnight Reaper. When a non-token creature you control dies, Midnight Reaper deals 1 damage to you and you draw a card. So for those of us who like to draw cards, not too bad. Obviously, you got to have a die first, but still cool artwork. Thought this was interesting, but still not one of the reasons. And then lastly, Seize the Day. Untap target creature. After this main phase, there is an additional combat phase, followed by an additional main phase. And then you can flash it back. So massive ability on this for extra turns, which once again, massive in EDH or any format for that matter, but definitely something that I was looking to use both of these guys in my deck. Thought these were super cool. Definitely something that I wanted to get my hands on, and being the fact that they're borderless, mixed with the awesome artwork, and then ultimately, at the end of the day, you throw in Dark Ritual. It made it worth it. Just for these 3 cards alone, And we still have one more, and that is Lightning Strike. So Lightning Strike deals 3 damage to any target. So cool card, not quite Lightning Bolt of the one, get for 3, but still something interesting and nice to add to the sets. So definitely cool set overall. Like the artwork. Definitely my favorite, but these 3 cards will definitely see it into my deck and was definitely worth it for me to be able to get these. Transformer stuff, once again, just a massive Transformers nerd, so more interested in getting those simply for the fact that I want to collect them. I did make sure that I got the entire Brothers War Transformer set. I've got them in standard as well as the Shattered Glass, and that was really kind of what kicked it off again for me to get into this. You start seeing a lot more content, building decks, looking to get some gameplay, drafting. Got a Commander's Legend box set that we're looking to open up. Then I definitely want to start instituting some Pauper builds, start having some games with Pauper. Was able to get in with Dominaria Remastered and get a few boxes, as I'm sure we'll see with the video coming out shortly. Can't wait to get that video going with Dominaria Remastered. We'll hope to see you guys soon, and hopefully you guys hit that like and subscribe, and I can produce some content that you guys enjoy. Talk to you later.